Alright, you guys, I've gone ahead and opened up a Word file. Um, we are currently in the Backstage view, okay? So I've already started a new blank document, so I'm just going to hit the back button, okay? I've got some example text, and I'm just going to take you through all the tabs, okay? So, File, again, this is Backstage view, okay? This is also where you'll view your properties. You can take care of your account information here. You can have give feedback. Okay, print, save as. You can open. You can create a completely new one. You can do ones from templates. So we have our home tab. Right here we have the clipboard. So essentially it allows you to copy and paste. Okay. See, you'll notice that I have this. This is where I got that this from, the text. Next we have our font. As you can see, we're in Helvetica right now. That's what this font is. It's the size of 10. You can bold, underline, italic, strike through, subscript, superscript. You can do text effects, highlight, change the font color. You can clear all your formatting. You can change the case. Okay. So if I just highlight this, we'll just change it to one completely different and make it bigger. Okay. So now with a paragraph, you can do bullets, numbered list, current list. You can do new levels. So you can right align, left align, center, and have justified, just meaning that you did that. Click center align, it'll change it. You can do backgrounds like that. You can have a line. You don't have to have one. Show hide character. You can sort. Okay. And then you have your styles. So I just randomly clicked on a tense quote, and as you see, it changed it. If I go back, maybe I want a different one. I can do the drop down, and it'll change on according to what I choose. So this is your editing. You can find. So if I just typed in the word "the," it should highlight all the "these" that are there. You can replace. So if I want to replace "the," and we're going to change it with balloons. Don't ask me why, that's the first thing. We're just going to replace all. We made 43, but now we're going to find balloons and replace it with the. So, was that? You can select everything. You can dictate, so if you want to speak to your computer instead of typing, you have editor. So it just basically tells you, your spelling, your grammar, your conciseness, clarity, formality, punctuation, vocabulary. So if you go on to your Insert tab, you can insert a cover page. You can do a blank page. You can do a themed page. You can insert a blank page. Page break. You can insert a table, picture, shapes, icons. You can do 3D models, smart art, chart. You can do a screenshot. Okay. You can do add-ins, so there's a Wikipedia add-in already on this. You can get some if you already have some installed. You can do an online video. You can do links. So meaning if we were to highlight this here, go link, you'll notice that it changes from black to blue and it's underlined, which means it's a hyperlink. So if I hold my control button down and click, it's going to bring that up into a separate web page. You'll notice that it changed to purple. See? It's right there. It changes to purple once you've clicked on it. So you can bookmark it, cross-reference. You can add a comment. Okay, it's resolved. You can add a header. You can do an optional of a blank one, or you can do a theme. Same thing with a footer. You can insert page numbers, a text box, quick parts. So you can do word art. So if I were to highlight this and do word art, change it to that one, it'll change to that. And so it brings up all these other options to go with it. And then you can do a drop cap, you can do line signature, date and time. Pick one that you want and do objects. And you can also do equations, so any mathematic equation. Don't know why it's taking forever to load. Also, I'm sorry if you hear something rattling in the background, that is my cat. So, here are all of these. And symbol, maybe, there we go. Okay, so like your copyright, your trademark, your pound symbols, your yen, infinity sign. So yeah, and then we can go to the design tab. You can create themes and choose from the themes. So if I wanted to change it to this one, it'll do that. I can also do this drop down for the formatting and change it yet again. Change my colors. If maybe I don't want blue, maybe I want red and orange. Change the font. See that it changes there. You can set it as default. You can do watermark. So confidential. Did we, no we didn't, okay. So you can barely see it. You can see it right here in that area. You can change your page color. You can add page border. Okay. And we can go to layout. So you have margins. So pay attention to your ruler at the top and at the side. You can change it to narrow. It should also adjust. You can do wide. Yeah, see, there it goes. Office. Normal default. Normal is the default. So you also have your orientation, so up and down or side to side. You can change the size, so you have letter. You have legal, which makes it a little bit longer. You have your 11 by 17, which is a ledger, which is even longer. You have an envelope. Your letter is the default. You also have columns, so there's 3 columns. You have a left column, and then you have a right column. You can do breaks, so page, column, text wrapping, next page, continuous, even or odd. You have line numbers, so continuous. So you can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You can restart at each page, meaning, let's see, we go here, we can see it. Maybe not. Okay. But if you were to do that, it would just restart at the next page. So instead of it being like, I don't know, 60 something, it'd start back over at 1. You can do restart each section, none. You can do hyphenations with automatic. Okay. You can do manual. So you can indent left or right. See, it'll change. You can remove spacing, you can make spacing bigger. You can also select all. So it's just hiding that. Okay, you can align it. However, if you go to your References tab, you have a table of contents, so you could do it automatically. You can customize it, you can remove it, you can update. You can add text, you can insert a footnote, example text. Okay, you can do next footnote, show notes. You can do smart lookup, researcher. So if I wanted to add somebody into this, I could do it through here. Just meaning like, oh, can't type. So I could just click that and put it in. So it gives me options. So if I were typing a research paper, I could just add it in as a citation. Speaking of citations, you can add new source, you can add a placeholder. This is set to APA, but most common is MLA, and the next most common is Chicago. So MLA is Modern Language Association. It's usually primarily used for English. APA is the American Psychology Association. So like psych majors use that. Chicago, I'm pretty sure it's used with science and math academic papers, but I'm not entirely sure on that, so don't quote me. You can do bibliographies, so you can do references, you can even do a works cited. You can insert a caption. You can update your tables of figure, which is essentially just like a list of captioned items. So if you were to caption a picture or a table, you can create that for it. You can cross-reference with it. You can mark an entry. You can add it to your index. You can mark a citation, and you can insert a table of authorities. So going to Mailings tab, you can do envelopes, which goes back to the sizes. You can do labels. You can do a mail merge, so you can do letters, envelopes, labels, directory. You can select who it goes to from your recipients. You can also edit that list. You can highlight merged fields, an address block, your greeting line. We will be getting more into this later, so I'm not going to go into it too much now. You can say if you're like on recipient 1 and you need to go to 10, you can do it that way. And if you like your final product, you can go ahead and just click finish merge, and it'll put all of them into one with the appropriate person addressed. You can go to review, so you can go to your editor. You have a thesaurus. You have a word count. Also down here at the bottom left, you can see how many words you have. Right now I have 336 words, one page. I notice a little book, so it says word found proving errors. So you can open that and correct as well. You have a read aloud. You have check accessibility. You can translate this. So either the selection or the document. So we'll just do document. And see what we want to translate it to. If it'll load. Sorry. Okay, so it's auto detect. It says we're English, but let's see. Let's find Spanish. Translate. It should translate this all into Spanish. See? Okay. We now have a completely separate document. So I'll just continue in here. So we are in the language tab still, so we could proofread this. We can set it to be our preference. We can add comments. We can delete. We're going to delete this comment and go next, previous, show comments. We can track our changes. We can lock those tracking so nobody else can see it. We have simple markup, all markup, no markup, original. Okay, all markup, show markup. So these are balloons. This is a balloon. Get more into that later. You can accept or reject. You can do next, previous. You can compare. So you're editing two documents, you can just compare the two. You have restricted editing, you have your hide ink, and then you have your resume assistant for LinkedIn. So if you go to your review tab, you can do print, you can do web layout, outline, draft. Okay, most common is print layout. That's what opens up when you first open up Word. You have focus, an immersive reader, so you have vertical, or you can do side to side. Okay, so your ruler, you have grid lines, you have a navigation pane. Wow, navigation pane. Okay, so you can zoom. You have zoom to 100%. You can do one page, multiple pages, page width. You can do a new window. Okay, you can arrange the two. You can split. And you can do side by side. Okay. You can do synchronous scrolling, which means that they scroll at the same time. You can switch windows, you do your macros. We'll get more into that later. And then you have your properties and then your help. So that's essentially just like feedback and what's new. And if you need help, then it'll bring up that. So that is all for this.